Hi, this is Maggie Holbik, and I'm going to take just a few minutes to show you the 5 steps to building an unfranchised business. What we mean by the 5 steps are actually how you can get compensated. You might have seen some of the products that we market, some of our shop.com website, or a full presentation. But today I'm just going to show you the detailed part of the compensation plan. We call this the unfranchised business plan. So for those of you looking at this as a business option, this is for you. And for those of you who are currently working this and operating this business model, this will be a good refresher and some detailed information. So there's 5 steps to building an unfranchised business. Step 1 is once you've gotten all your information and you've had a time to review it and make an informed and discerned decision, you would fill out what we call an application. Of course, being in the digital world as we are, this application is all done online. It can even be done through a smartphone. There are different ways to apply to start your unfranchised business with shop.com. You can be a sales representative, and that has no cost. The way I suggest is to at least become an unfranchised owner, which is $129.95 depending on your country of origin. And this really sets you up to get the proper tools, because with the $129.95 you have the ability to buy product at the unfranchised wholesale cost and earn retail profit just as you do as a sales rep, but you can also participate in the management performance compensation plan, and that's where override commissions and the passive income come into play. And you see there on the right there's 3 what we call business development centers. Think of these business development centers, or BDCs, as a storefront, but instead of having a building, you have 3 online storefronts. So when you apply, your $129.95 includes all of these websites. You get your own shop.com website, which tracks all of your customers' purchases, all of the cash back, offers your customers 83 million products, and this all is given to you in that site. It's amazing. You get your own Motives Cosmetics website, Isotonics website, TLS Slim Global, so people all over the world can shop through you, Get Conquer, which is our entertainment site, our marketamerica.com site, which is just a business information site, and an unfranchised.com site, which is a back office business builder tracker educational tool. So it's everything you need to run a business. Because we do everything digitally, it will encompass everything that you need. You also get a career manual, digitally and in print, a getting started guide, digitally and in print to get you going, an unfranchised magazine that comes on a monthly basis. You get access to our new app. There's no longer an MP4 device, but there's actually an app that has you can download on your phone. You can access trainings whether you are online or offline, and they're all free. There's 23 years of training on any topic you could imagine, and that's one of the things I really love about this company and this business model, is that the training is bar none top-notch and so diverse. I personally have learned so many different things through this company that I have incorporated into both my life and business coaching. All right, you get coaching and mentoring by experienced unfranchised owners and access to our training and meeting seminar system. The second step in the 5 steps is to start creating what we call business volume. Each product has a point assigned to it, so we have a way to track it to see how many sales have occurred with that product. So business volume applies to all of our own privately labeled branded products, our Motives Cosmetics, our Nutrimetrics Healthcare Solution, customized healthcare solution line, which we market to health professionals for their patients. We have an isotonic nutritional line, DNA baby line, Lumiere de Vie is an amazing skincare line, Awake energy shots. These are just a few of the private label stores and divisions that we have. We also have, as I mentioned, 83 million products, and that falls into the IBV category, or Internet Business Volume. When anyone shops through your shop.com site or refers any of their friends and they shop through your shop.com site, you will get credited for any purchase made at any of these thousands of partner stores. It's really quite amazing. our digital tracking system is bar none the best. So ways that we create business volume, it's quite simple. We become a product of the product. We use the product personally. We also set up an unfranchised auto ship, so we get what we use on a monthly basis on a regular basis. We do retail sales, which is flat out selling products to an end consumer. And my favorite way is internet marketing. This video is an example of how I use the internet to market, to train, to teach, and to gather new customers and business partners. So internet marketing, we're very proficient at training our unfranchised owners in the use of social media, digital marketing, using their website and sharing their URL, and all of those things that make people successful in having an online business. So those are some of the ways that we create business volume. And one-to-one marketing is never forgotten. That's still the old-fashioned original way of finding out and listening to people with their wants and needs and matching products to people. So we teach our unfranchised owners how to get 10 to 15 customers who shop regularly, getting cash back as they shop, so they're quite happy. It's not about getting hundreds or millions of customers. This business plan is fueled by the concept that it's everybody doing a little bit. And that's why it works for the average person who might be doing something else or have another job or another income. Everybody just focuses on getting 10 to 15 customers who shop regularly. And because we can increase market share, what that we mean by that is when someone starts shopping with you, maybe they're buying, their kitty litter, and then they decide that they need a multivitamin, then they get a multivitamin. And then they might be looking for a toy for their child for Christmas. So you can see how you can increase share of customer of your already existing customers. The third step in the 5 steps, and just to reiterate, the first step was to apply. The second step was to start creating business volume. So it's like any other business. We set it up and then we start creating business volume. If you owned a restaurant, business volume would be you're selling your pizzas or your coffee or your salads. So that's how you create business volume. We create it by marketing our 83 million products. The third step is to qualify your business. One time only, you need to put 200 personal business volume assigned to your account or your business. And once you do that, you are now set in a position to accrue what we call group business volume. So let's see how that looks. There you go. You see these bank accounts. We call them bank accounts. They open up on the left and right side. And the red accrues any group business volume from our own Market America private label division products. The green is the internet BV, and that would be from all of your partner stores. So Netflix, Canada Post if you're in Canada, JCPenney if they're in the United States. We even have our own credit card. So when you get this black credit card, which is really awesome, you can use it to shop anywhere where you shop through shop.com, or you could use it outside of shop.com, but every single time you make a purchase, you get IBV as well. So sometimes people like to actually double dip and use the credit card at the stores through shop.com, and they get IBV twice or sometimes even 3 times. But just know that the red BV is the private label products that we have in our own lines, and the IBV is from internet partner store purchases. So with the $129.95, there's a fast start program, which you can start with $129.95 and get all the websites I mentioned. Or for a phenomenal deal, you can start at $3.99, and this depends on what country you're in. This applies to Canada and the United States for sure. But you get these kits, and you can choose from the general wellness kit with some of the shampoos and energy drinks, or the MA Web Centers, which gives you the ability to work with our digital marketing division, or the TLS weight loss, which is our low glycemic index lifestyle program, or the Motives makeup, and that is an amazing value in all of them, but the Motives is a really nice way to get started if people are wanting to do the makeup line. Number 4 in the 5 steps is to activate. To me, this is the smartest point or the step in the 5 steps. Activate means that we're going to find business partners and we're going to expand our operations. We all start out, looking at this, if this is you, that maybe you're going to do this 8 to 10 hours a week, or 2 to 5, or 20, or whatever works for you. You get to customize this business around your lifestyle, your passions, your interests. But once you do that, you want to leverage yourself, because that's what smart business people do. People who become successful have found a way to leverage. You either leverage your money or you leverage your time. If you trade time for money and go back and forth to work every day, trading time and working for someone else, it's usually really hard to get ahead. So there is a secret to business that successful people we've discovered, and that is to leverage. So this is how we leverage. We find business partners, and we sponsor them and start 2 sales teams, one on our left and one on our right. We are not multi-level marketing. We do not have a wide sponsoring system, because this business model is all about team, people helping people. We call it binomial, so it works in groups of 2. The 5th step is the most fun, important, and synergistic step. I love this because this is what sets this business apart from other types of businesses in the world. In other traditional businesses, let's say I owned a hair salon, or well, maybe it was I own a pizzeria, and I had my Nona's famous sauce recipe for her pizza sauce. And I, start this restaurant, it goes really well, the pizzeria is doing really well, I have a lot of staff turnover, they learn my Nona's recipe of the pizza sauce, and the next thing you know, one of my staff leaves and they open a pizza joint across town with my recipe. So this doesn't happen in this business model, because what we do is we empower people, and the more we empower them and the more we help them, the more they benefit and we benefit. So it's all about people helping people. So when we find our 2 people, and they can be anywhere in our jurisdiction. So if I'm in Canada, these 2 people could be in Mexico, United States, or Canada. I also have the ability to sponsor into other countries like Australia. It just works in a little different way. So to keep it simple, let's just say you find 2 people in the country of your origin. This just starts to grow, and everybody duplicates these 5 steps. Everybody fills out an application digitally online. Everybody starts to create business volume. Keep in mind that people have different interests, so they might be specializing in different stores. Everybody does the one-time only 200 business volume points, which can be done all at once or can be accumulated over time. Everybody finds 2 or more business partners to work with. 2 is the minimum, and it was based on that because we know the average person can find 2 people. So here we see it growing, and when you see the green people, it means you personally sponsored them. So the people underneath are not green. That might be somebody above you placed the next person down on the team, because we only have 2 sides or legs, so that is what I meant by synergy. The next person's going to go down below the rest of the team, or could. Okay, so you can see how the business volume flows up. People lead to more people, and you saw those red lines going up, and now we're going to see the green. So this just means that this is the key here, folks. If you just look at that number 1 business, and anything below your business, whether you sponsored the people or someone else did, if any single person or customer buys something, whether it's through shop.com when they're getting cash back or they're doing a makeup show, it counts for you and everybody up the way 100%. This is not a percentage, it's not multi-level, this counts 100%. So retail sales, customers start ordering through the various websites, people start personally using the product, word of mouth starts to happen, referral, cashback starts to happen, and you start to see an increase in growth and sales. So the system searches on a weekly basis, which I love. I get paid weekly. So it searches weekly, and this is our disclaimer. And it calculates the amount of business volume that is accrued in that particular week. And when it finds a magic number, this is when you hit a level for a commission check. And the magic number is 1,200 group business volume, so that's from everybody on the team and all of their extended customers on the left and everybody on the right. So when it finds 1,200 left and right then you earn a commission check of $300 US, or whatever the currency is in your country. For me, that's converted to Canadian, and right now that's about $400 at this point in time. And then if it finds $1,200 in the green BV, which is just purchases through all the partner stores like Home Depot, Walmart, Target, Tiger Direct, then when that magic number hits 12 and 12, it releases the $300 check. And by the way, these go direct deposit into your bank account, which is really nice. It's so nice to open up an email and say, congratulations, you have a commission check. The second step it looks for is what we call a step 2. And this is where it hits 2,400 in total inclusive volume. So it's just really another 1,200 added on to here. And if you're not getting this right away, that's okay. We just want you to get the gist of how powerful this is, because we find that people need to see this several times, and we want you to see it several times. We want you to really make an informed business decision. We want this to be right for you. So if you're feeling a little, wow, this is all overwhelming, that's okay. What you really want to ask yourself is, am I looking for a way to make a residual passive income? Am I open to learning? Am I open to coaching? So don't stress out if this is a little over your head. The third step is these are just steps like a ladder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The third step is when the accumulated volume from all of these distributorships and all of their customers and any new distributorships coming on board and any new customers coming on board, maybe for the shopping season, when it hits 3,600 and 3,600, we have another $300 check released. And the final magic step is 5,000. When there's 5,000 business volume, whether BV or IBV accumulated, this time the check is a higher payout. It's $600. So the moral of the story is that one can accumulate up to $1,500 in override commissions in BV and $1,500 in IBV. So that would give you the potential earning of $3,000. And this could be per week per BDC that you have. Per week would mean that the 5,000 would have to accumulate all in 1 week. And that's sort of what our business goal is. We start off, of course, that's not going to happen. It's going to take time to even get our first check, the first 12 and 12. But once the momentum happens and the synergy happens and the growth happens, this starts to happen faster and faster. And you could hit a point where you reach that 5,000 points on a weekly basis. And you get all of the checks then on a weekly basis, because it would mean that you hit step 1, 2, 3, 4. What happens after is this just resets to 0, and it starts looking for 1,200 and 1,200. It just starts regrowing. But now, odds are you have more people and more customers to work with. So one real cool feature, without trying to overwhelm you totally, is that we can place volume, and this is pretty exciting. So for example, if this is you and you have an order to place, maybe you did some Christmas shopping and you have 400 business volume points worth of product, and BV is just a percentage of the cost of the product. So if something costs $100, you might get 85 business volume. So you accumulate 400 business volume, maybe you sold some nutritional products and you have it to place. When you place the order, which is all done online or on your smartphone, you can place the business volume down into anybody that you've personally sponsored. Remember, they're in the green. So that 400 BV is now going to help Dr. Jones, Chris, Mark, and yourself. So let's see how that looks. See how that flows right up there? Isn't that powerful? It's like you can place it as far down as you personally sponsored someone, but everybody gets the commit towards their commission check. That's where the real extra synergy and boost comes from. So here you see it with Eric on the right-hand side, all the way up the line. We can also get a management bonus. So when you do your flush, when you have, we call it a flush, that first time you got 5,000 on each side in business volume, what happens is, I'm a little ahead of myself. What happens is when you flush, and if you have 2 people on one business development center on each side flush, so they hit the 5,000, Mark hits the 5,000, and you hit it, you can actually pick up a $600 bonus. So this makes our total earning potential of $3,600 per week per business that we have. And this is per business. So usually we start with 3. This is just showing you 1. So you could do the math. 3,600 times 3 is your potential. But there's even more potential because you start with 3, but you can actually even get what we call reentries, and I'll show you that in a little bit. But here's what I meant by starting with 3. You start with 3 business development centers, you sponsor your 2 people, one on the left, one on the right, but now they are half activating and counting on opening up your second and third business. So to open the second and third, you just need to introduce 2 other business partners to expand that team and expand that distribution. And if you want to think of it like franchising, think of it this way. You're the head McDonald's or Burger King or whatever the franchise is. And, maybe you own 3 locations, but you want to expand. So you open a location called Mark, and Mark's, you teach and train him everything because you're the head franchise, and Mark's business starts to grow, and all of those sales are going to count for you because you taught and trained him, and you've expanded distribution. We are getting paid because we move products. The more products we move, the more we get paid. We just have an amazing system that can track this, and we don't have all the overhead that traditional retailers would have. We don't have to have employees, we don't have to have insurance, we don't have to have a warehouse. All the products are drop shipped right to the customer. So and countless more, there are countless more things that we don't have to have. So all that money that can be paid to us. That's why we can make these kinds of commission. And as I mentioned earlier, there's a thing called reentries where you can actually, after you flush one time, you can actually earn a number 4 and place it anywhere you like down to strengthen your organization. So in this case, you put it on the left. Now you're actually below these people, so all your expertise and your strengths and any of your sales are going to benefit Travis, Chris, your own number 2 that's going to count in your bank account, and your number 1. So I love this because these help to solidify your businesses. And what I like a lot also about this business model, because I'm experiencing this myself, is that it's willable, saleable, and transferable. And, I know that I am now leaving a legacy to my daughter, an ongoing passive residual income. Where else can you leave a passive ongoing income? I just don't know of another way. Before, people used to, have music, and then, whenever their song was played, they'd get paid royalties for life or a book. But things are changing now. That's not the same kind of income potential. This is one way to get a super residual passive income. So there's the potential with 5 if you started with your first 3 and you entered 2 more times. But we're going to close it off here. I want to thank everyone for participating today and watching. And just to know, a business recap is that we have the ability to earn immediate retail profits on our products. Our volume accrues for 365 days, so that means we don't have a monthly where we lose volume. And the system searches to infinity. There are no levels. We can place volume and people. We have unlimited income potential through additional BDCs. And there's the Fast Start program. So thank you so much for being here. I'm Maggie Holbik, MaggieHolbik.com, if you need to reach me for anything at all or any questions. And you can reach me through my website or maggieholbik@gmail.com. I also have a 1-800 number, which is 1-866-567-2589. I just don't want you to feel lost if you've watched this and you're wondering how to get a hold of us. But you may have been referred by someone to watch this video. This video was made for my team, and they will be using this video, so make sure you contact the person that invited you to watch this video if it was not me. Thanks so much, and have a great evening.